Hey guys, welcome to BreakOut Studios Online. If you don't know me, my name's Maddy. Welcome to my living room. We'll get started in a couple minutes here. Just make sure if you're on a hard surface, you go ahead and grab some sort of yoga mat or something. Make yourself nice and comfortable. Get some water, some tea. Get ready for a nice, relaxing evening. All right, just like one more minute here. Just get yourself ready. Make sure you're in some comfortable clothes. As many of you might know, I have two pets. They may come in and out of the frame. The cat name's the dog's Marty, so I'm sure you'll see one or both of them in the coming minutes. One more minute here, and then we're ready to go. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started. So as usual, we're just going to start laying on our back breath, okay? Let's start on our back, just to center our minds for the next few minutes while we stretch and whatnot. So we start on our back, so you can keep your feet planted on the floor. Maybe if your hips are feeling pretty open, you can go ahead into Reclined Butterfly, or you can just lay them out like me. So we'll take 3 deep inhales and exhales together, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. We go in through the nose and out through the mouth. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last time together, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And just on your own timing, take a quick body scan here. Oh my goodness. Breathe here for a couple moments. Okay. Again, like I said, just going through with that body scan, noticing if you have any tension through your body. Just trying to melt into the floor. And guide your focus towards your breath. Making sure that your exhales are the same length as your inhales. And let's come back together with another 3 breaths. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Last time, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, and gently roll onto your side, using your upper body to walk up into a comfortable seat. And let's move into a tabletop position, yeah? So let's get started with some cat-cows. Just at your own pace. We'll start with the cow and move into cat. On your own timing, just take a few passes here. Making sure your breath is nice and steady. Good. If you're feeling up to it, go ahead and take a few circles with those cat-cows. And just a few times like this, making sure we're doing the same number in each direction. Good. A couple more. Good. And returning to tabletop, go ahead and tuck those legs to the side and stretch them out in front of you. So in today's class, we're going to focus in a little bit on our hamstrings. So just so you know, we're supposed to be feeling that stretch for the next few minutes. So go ahead, flex those feet, reach your arms forward, and grab for the tops of those feet. So for some of us, this might be our max for the evening, or even farther back, wherever you're at's fine. But go ahead and grab those feet, and then pull your chest as close to your legs as you can, while keeping that back nice and flat, no arching quite yet. Just reaching forward with that chest. Taking a few deep breaths here. And point those feet, release over your legs. And go ahead, reset, flex those feet, grab them with your hands, and pull that chest forward, nice and long. Taking a few deep breaths here. Pull a little deeper if you can. And relax over. Good, and rolling up through that spine. Let's go ahead, we're gonna bring our right leg in, and just go ahead and let that knee fall aside. Now we're gonna reach for our upstage leg and pull our chest towards our leg again. Now we should just be getting a deeper hamstring stretch through the one leg. Pulling forward with the chest. And release over, pointing that foot. Rolling up the spine. We'll flex again. Grab it and and rolling up. Taking this leg that's on the ground, we're gonna bring it back up and tuck it behind us into a back attitude, or just bending it, whatever you'd like to call it. Same thing, flex that front leg, reach for that foot, and pull your chest forward. For some of you, this may be an even deeper hamstring stretch. I know it is for me. So just be gentle here. No need to force anything. Few deep breaths. And release over. And rolling up, grabbing the foot again, pulling a little bit closer to that leg. Again, keeping that back nice and flat. And release over. Good, roll it up. Now let's switch. So bring our upstage leg close to our pelvis. Let that knee fall open, and we'll reach for that outstretched foot. Good. Again, nice flat backs. Reaching that chest forward. Don't let there be any tension in your shoulders here. Make sure you keep those nice and relaxed. A little closer. And release down. And rolling up. Flex that foot. Grab again and pull. Reaching that chest forward. Drawing a little closer. And release over. Good, rolling up. Now we're going to tuck our upstage leg back. Some of you might call this a jazz split. Yeah. All right, so we're going to reach forward. Chest nice and high. Deep breaths here. Notice if you're holding any tension in your low back. Try to release your quad here. It's easy to grip and miss hips, so try to relax that out. Sending the energy out through the heel and releasing over. Again, rolling up. Flex that foot, wrap around, and pull that chest forward. A little closer, and relax over. Good, let's roll it up. Bring both legs in front, cross and roll over those shins. Let's go ahead and push back into a downward facing dog. Just treading those feet, right and left. Sending those sits bones to the ceiling, heels to the floor. Stretch it out. Slowly walk those feet in towards the hands. And just take a nice forward fold. hold, a little bit of a release here. If you'd like, go ahead and wrap around the legs, grab the ankles, whatever you need to pull your chest a little closer to those legs. Make sure we're releasing that head. Don't look to hold. Don't look because you'll hold some tension. Go ahead and just drop it down, release. Nod it yes, shake it no. Pull a little closer. Get into those hamstrings. And release. Plant those hands and we'll walk it back to our downward facing dog. Good, all right. So let's shoot that downstage leg towards the ceiling and bring it through our hands into a lunge. We'll rock back and forth here for a moment. As always, make sure that this angle doesn't exceed over 90 degrees. Yeah, we don't want any added pressure in this knee here. Just nice and soft. Let's go ahead and move into a couple cat-cows here, yeah? So for our cow, we can let that back leg bend slightly to reach that chest up and then push back into our cat where both legs straighten. Again, cow and cat. One more set, cow and cat. Good. Coming into our lunge. We're going to step this back foot up just a bit and straighten both of our legs into a nice pyramid pose. So, a nice halfway lift, keeping that chest nice and long, flat back. And we're going to release over that leg. Good. So just take a moment here. Same thing, make sure you release that head no matter where that is for you. No pressure here. Just listening to whatever your body needs. Good. And just again, a little movement in here. Let's go ahead and bend that back leg, flex our front leg, and straighten. And again, flex and straighten. Last time, flex and straighten. We'll hold here for a moment. Good, and gently release back down into our lunge. Taking a couple cat-cows here. Move into cow lunge and cow and cat. Back into our regular lunge. Let's go ahead and drop that back knee, untuck the toes, and flex that front foot, straighten the front leg into a nice runner's lunge or stretch. Again, same thing here. Long reaching with that chest, flat back. Noticing if you're holding any tension here, this is another place where you can hike up those shoulders. Make sure we're keeping a nice long neck. Staying here for a moment. And let's release over that leg if possible. Again, your release may look different from your friends. Yeah, some of us, this may be our release or all the way down. Again, whatever your body's telling you to do. You want to think of sending energy out through the heel and pulling back in that hip. And let's move back into our lunge, nice and gentle, rocking back and forth. Good. Taking a couple more cat-cows. We go. Cow lunge and cat. And cow and cat. One more set. Cow and cat. And returning to regular lunge. Good. Now, if you're like me and you've got a piece of furniture close to you, go ahead and scoop this front leg in for standing split. So, for some of us, our standing split may only be at around 90 degrees. That's fine. It's mostly about the stretch that we're getting in the supporting leg. And for a deeper stretch, go ahead and try to push your leg even higher. Both hands are planted on the ground. If it helps your balance, go ahead and look in between your hands. But if you'd like a deeper stretch, go ahead and relax that head, that crown of the head towards the floor. Take a couple ankle circles here. Good. Couple breaths. If you're feeling adventurous, maybe try to grab around your ankle. Pull a little closer. Good. And gently reach that back leg down back into our lunge. Whew. This is a little red now. Good. And again with our cat-cows. Here we go. Cow lunge and cat. And cow and cat. One more set. Cow and cat. And back into lunge. All right, last stretch here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna bend our back leg, untuck our toes. Now, for some of us, we might be able to just go straight into our splits, or runner's lunge is again another option. If you'd like somewhere in between runner's lunge and your splits, you can go ahead and stretch that front leg out, and you may just need to support yourself a little bit here. Or go ahead and reach all the way down. Yet another option is bending this back leg and taking a jazz split like we did earlier. So you've got options. Listen to your body, whatever it needs. So for now, wherever you're at, go ahead and keep that posture nice and long. Even if we're somewhere around here, like I said, flat back, wherever you're at. Nice and long posture. Maybe loosen up the head and neck a little bit. Good. And let's take a high release in the chest. So reaching that chest as high as we can to the ceiling, and then relaxing over that front leg. Now, for some of us, you may need an even deeper stretch than your splits. For that, what you can do is tuck this back foot, try to straighten that leg as much as possible, flex your front leg, and pull over. If you're hyperextended like me, you can also tuck your hands underneath your ankle. Breathing here. And releasing the fold, staying in our stretch, walking back up to our nice tall posture for a moment. Good. And gently, you'll roll onto one hip, bend both legs, roll on top of your shins, and go ahead and make your way back to your downward facing dog. Treading the feet here, noticing if you feel any difference between your two legs. Maybe one feels a bit longer, maybe one feels tighter. Good, and send those heels down, walking those feet in towards your hands, checking in again with our forward fold, noticing if one leg feels different than the other. Taking a moment to sway here. Good, now let's plant those palms and walk it back into our downward facing dog. Shooting our upstage leg towards the ceiling, we'll bring it forward into our lunge. Rocking back and forth here for a moment. Good, let's go ahead and take some cat-cows. All right, so we go cow, chest reaches for the ceiling, and cat. And cow reaches for the ceiling, cat. One more set, cow, and cat. And returning back to our lunge. Let's go ahead into our pyramid pose. So we're gonna hop that back leg in just a smidge, straighten both legs, reach that chest forward for a moment here. Taking a nice deep breath in here, and release over our leg. Making sure we're thinking of both of our hips nice and square. And let's go ahead and get some movement in here. So we'll bend that back leg, flex the front, and stretch. Flex, and stretch. Again, flex, and stretch. And release over that leg, holding here for another moment. Good. And gently bring yourselves back into our lunge, rocking forward and back. Again, let's move into our cat-cows. We go cow lunge, and cats. And cow, and cats. Returning to regular lunge. Moving forward, let's drop that back knee, untuck those toes, and just straighten that front leg. Making sure hips are nice and square. We're pulling back into stretched out leg. Energy shooting through that heel, and we're keeping our back nice and flat and long. Good. Few deep breaths here. And let's release over that leg. Couple more breaths here. And let's move back into our lunge nice and gently, rocking back and forth. And moving into our cow lunge and cat. And cow. And cat. Cow. Cat. And back to our lunge. Good. So move into standing split next. So again, if you've got furniture close to you, just be mindful of that. Maybe readjust. So go ahead, move all that weight onto the standing leg and shooting our back leg toward. As always, your sides may feel different. Both legs might not feel the same amount of flexibility day to day. Totally normal. Making sure that we're dropping that head if possible. Maybe if you're feeling adventurous, grabbing around that ankle. Taking a few ankle circles with the lifted leg. Couple more breaths here. And go ahead and reach that leg down, returning into our lunge with our nice red tomato faces. Rocking back and forth. Go ahead and move into our cow lunge and cat. Cow, cat, and cow, and cat. Back to our lunge. And let's go ahead and set up for our split or our modifications of our splits, yeah? So again, you can always return to a runner's lunge. You can return to this sort of area where you're supporting yourself with your arms. Try to deepen that stretch. Or you can do bending the back leg into a jazz split, whatever you need, or you can just do your regular splits. So starting with our chest nice and high, good posture. Keeping those shoulders down, even if we're in a position where we're supporting ourselves with our arms, keeping our necks nice and long. And when you're ready, taking a high release with that chest and folding over the front of that leg. Again, if you need a deeper stretch, go ahead and tuck those back toes, straighten your back leg, flex your front foot, maybe walk those hands under the ankle. Good. Let's roll up through that spine. Staying here for another moment. Relaxing any tension that you have in the neck. Maybe take a couple head circles. Good. And And let's roll onto the outside of our hip. Bring both legs forward and just go ahead and release those legs into the floor for a second here. Let's go ahead and actually go into our backs for a moment just to windshield wiper those legs because it's pretty easy to get some tension in the hips here doing these hamstring stretches. So just windshield wiper the legs side to side. Couple more times. Good. Bring our knees into our chest, hugging nice and tight. Let's go ahead and rock and roll a couple times along the spine. And whenever you're ready, go ahead, cross those shins, moving through tabletop into downward facing dog. Shredding those feet. Good. Go ahead and walk your hands or your feet to your hands, either way. I'm going to turn this down so you guys can see me. And really heel toe your feet out to a wide parallel second. Go ahead, lift the chest into a nice halfway lift. And let's fold over, releasing the head as much as we can. Staying here for a moment. Good. And let's walk our hands and our chest over to the left. And moving center. And right. And center. Go ahead. Walk it to the left again. Pulling your chest as close as you can to that leg. Let's go ahead and bend our right leg. And stretch. Take another bend. And stretch. One more bend. And stretch. Walking back to the center. Relaxing our heads over. And walking to the right. Grabbing that leg, holding it nice and close. Go ahead, plie that left leg. And stretch. And plie. And stretch. One more plie. And stretch. Walk it back to center. Go ahead and turn out those feet now. Nothing too crazy. Just moving into a rotated position. Go ahead, walk it to the left again. Holding here. And center. And right. And center. Now listen closely. We're not going to be dropping all the way down here when we bend our legs. We're just going to be taking a slight bend of our left leg, keeping our right leg nice and straight. Hips are still high off the ground. And center. Moving to the right. Feel a nice stretch in that inner thigh. Center. And left. center, and right, and center. One more set, left, center, and right, center. Good. Now we'll be reaching that pelvis down towards the ground. Good. And stretching nice and long through that chest. For a deeper stretch, go ahead and flex this leg, that foot. Good. And walking back up through second, over to the right. And coming back up through second. Again, shifting that weight. And coming back up through second. Again. Good. Coming back up through second. Keeping nice and turned out. With our front foot, we're going to turn in our back foot and return to this pyramid pose that we were in earlier. We'll stay here for a moment. Couple breaths. Now, we're going to bend that back leg, step it up, and cross it behind our front leg. So my legs, if you can't see them, are in a nice crossed position here. And I'm folded over. And you should feel a stretch in either or both your hamstrings and your IT bands. Trying to release our head here. Good. And back to pyramid. Moving through second. Turning in our other leg. Staying here for a moment. Bending our back leg and tucking it behind our front for a nice crossed position, folding over those legs. Couple breaths. Good. Untuck those legs. Turn back to second position. And let's just heel toe those feet back together. And wrap your hands around your thighs, calves, or ankles. And just do another forward fold here. Go ahead and let's bend those knees and find a nice seated position. All right, let's finish up the class with a couple breaths again together. So sitting nice and tall in those sits bones. Let's go ahead and close our eyes. And 3 nice rounds of breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And we begin, inhale. And exhale. And inhale. And exhale. Last time, inhale. And heavy exhale. Awesome job tonight, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning into class. We really appreciate you guys being here. Go ahead and check out our other content on our YouTube page to see the other classes we've got going on for the rest of the week or see our day-to-day schedule. Go ahead and check out our Facebook page and our Instagram page. Breakout's just so grateful to have you guys here. We love our community. We miss you. And we just are so grateful to share this experience with you. So thank you so much. Come back again for a similar class on Thursday. And I look forward to seeing all you guys. Oh, also, if you have anything specific that you'd like to stretch, go ahead and leave your requests in the comments. I'd love to build some classes around what you guys are thinking you're needing. Or I'm also interested in maybe we could do a class with a foam roller. So let me know in the comments if that's something you'd like to do or just other ideas you have. I'd be happy to take suggestions. So thank you so much and have a lovely rest of your evening. Mwah. Bye.